All right. We got the milk. It's about time, almost time to go to sleep. So, what are we going to be talking about today? I'm going to talk about sometimes you just don't act the way you want to act, right? How to act the way you want to act. And what I mean is, let's say you're talking to people you're not necessarily comfortable with, right? Let's say it's like a mutual friend. You just know of them. You interacted with them a couple of times. Like you're not necessarily comfortable. Like they're not your friend. They're not your people that you know. They're just somebody. So you like for me, I will start acting a little too much, right? Like I don't know if you can tell, but I when I'm interacting with someone I barely know, I get a little too like antsy. Like I get too fidgety. Like I'm talking too much. I'm talking a lot. Like you talk like someone who has a lot of anxiety, and I'll admit it, it's true. I get very anxious when I'm talking to people, and I'm trying to work on it. But the thing is that it's weird when you do that. Okay, and I was gonna say something a lot better than that, but you're talking to a mutual, and like I said, you're not very comfortable with them, and you just start acting all sorts of things that you just don't. That's not how you normally act. Okay, you just start saying a bunch of things, you start doing a bunch of things, and you start lying because you don't want. Like I said, you do so many things that you are just that's just not how you usually act, for one, and two, that's not how you really wanted to act. You know, so the issue is that the reason why people tend to do that is because you have a lot of anxiety talking to people. When you have a lot of anxiety talking to people, it pisses me off. I hate when that happens, because after I start overthinking, like, oh my god, why did I do that? Why did I act like that? Oh my god, they probably hate me. And you start overthinking a bunch of things, a bunch of BS, and it's like, dude, it's ridiculous. You spend so much time, energy, wishing and wanting, or regretting, like, oh, I think I wish it went better. Like when you're talking to people, and after, like, aftermath, you start thinking like, I should have done something better. I didn't want to act that way. I should have acted a lot better. I wanted to be better, right? And you start going through phases where you start trying to reenact things in your head. Like you try to practice conversations, talking to nobody, trying to be like, I should have acted this way. And you start practicing, like I said, you start doing a bunch of things, and it's unnecessary, right? It's unnecessary stress, frustration. And the thing is that one of the biggest things is that you start lying, right? Like, I'll admit it. Okay, I don't know if anyone knows who I am, like, in person, but when I lie, I tend to lie because of anxiety. I get very, very anxious because, truthfully, my life is very boring. Like, nothing, nothing to really talk about, right? Like, all I do is just go to the gym, school, that's it. No girlfriend, no nothing. I just live an ordinary life. And like I said, like, you get anxious because this is where social media kind of comes in. And I don't know if you um watched that video, but I had a video where I talked about how I deleted social media. This is one of the reasons why I deleted social media, is because um like it social media kind of affects your thoughts, and because you have certain thinkings, you start changing. Like I said, for example, there's some lies that I have said talking about things that I haven't done. Like I said, like, I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I just don't really want to go talk about how much of a liar I am. Like, the thing is that I'll admit it, I lie only because I get very anxious at certain times, and I just don't like lying. I don't like doing that because you start thinking, like, why did you lie so much? And this is a state of vulnerability telling you that of what I'm doing, what I'm lying about. Because, maybe some people have gone through the same thing. I don't know. Maybe some people have done similar things. Like, I don't know. I can't really go into details. But the basics of what I'm trying to say is that you get so much anxiety talking to people. So I just wanted to talk about it. I hate how it feels that way. I hate how I'm always anxious, or I get fidgety, or I get antsy when I'm talking to people I'm not very familiar with, comfortable with. Even though I interacted with them a couple of times, it's like I don't really know how to, like, act. I don't know how to, like, act myself. It's like my body literally just starts acting in its own way, and you start realizing that after, it's like, why did I act that way? I don't know. But hopefully I deal with it. I'm guessing. Okay, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm literally trying to just, like, even if I already do this anyways. Like, I start to, like, when I'm alone, I start acting, like, talking to myself, like, trying to imagine myself in certain scenarios where I'm talking to people, and I'm trying to act in a way where I want. I'm trying to practice so it gets into a habit, you know? So that might be the solution. I don't know. I'm open to ideas, you know? Because the thing is, I interact with people on a daily, right? And the thing is, it just, I still get anxious, you know? I still get anxious when I'm talking to people, and I don't know, like, no matter how many times I'm practicing it, it's like I said, it's really weird. Like, it's really weird because you should be already used to it, but you're not. Maybe you just need more time. Maybe it's a little bit harder for you to get out of this you know, phase, or try to break this habit. But, you know, I'm trying to get through it. I'm trying to practice it. But anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Being anxious, interacting with people, anxious around people, social anxiety. I think that's what that's what that might be the topic, actually. Social anxiety. But the thing is that that's what I wanted to talk about. So, anyways, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching me vent out on stuff. But I'm gonna go leave you to it, and I hope that people around you are happy. Okay, that's what I hope that you and everyone else is happy in your life. But anyways, that's really all I'm gonna be talking about today. It was a probably quick video, but I think that's all I really needed. But anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep, finish this milk, and I'm gonna see you on the next video.